Week 14. Seahawks at the 49ers. Brock Purdy, longest completion. These odds all come from the DraftKings Sportsbook, by the way. You can bet on the longest completion by Brock Purdy in a game, which is just kind of a weird thing to root for. But, hey, whatever floats your boat. 38.5 is the over-under for the longest Brock Purdy completion. Are you over or are you under? He did it twice last week with touchdown passes to Deebo Samuel. Longest completion against the Seahawks, when they played on Thanksgiving night was just 28 yards to Brandon Ayuk. So are you over or under 38.5?
I'm going to go over here. I am. I mean, I think they've hit their stride and just how dangerous they are. I mean, look at that. Yeah, over 38.5 or, 2 completions over 38 last week. He throws one ball 9 yards over the middle, 50-yard touchdown. Here's another one. Oh, I threw it behind the line of scrimmage. Yes, 46-yard touchdown pass, right? So the way they're playing, as dangerous as they are, Seattle being desperate, their defense not being very good, all of that. I'm going to go with the over there, Mike.
Yeah, I think so as well. All right, Rams at the Ravens. Great game. Rams, 1-3 in a row, feeling confident, OBJ angle. Lamar Jackson's over-under for combined passing and rushing yards is 251.5. He's cleared that in 7 to 12 games, but the weather on Sunday in Baltimore could include rain and 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So, 251.5 combined pass rush, over or under against the Rams defense?
I'm going to go under, not by a lot, but one, I got great respect for the Rams and their scheme and what they do, right? You heard me say on Monday, they got a little bit more size on the defensive line than they do in years past. And the weather, how can you not take that into account? That is not conducive to a high-flying show or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm going to go under there.
Yeah, I think so as well. And, look, I just feel like the Rams...
Yeah, they're scary.
We like to write teams off, and we like to set a narrative early, and we resist revisiting the narrative as long as we possibly can. The Rams narrative is something that needs to be revisited and reevaluated.
Why is he not more in the head
from the ground
coach
up.
of the year conversation?
It's unbelievable what they've done. And I think that we just assumed there was going to be a multi-year bill to pay after what happened with going all in to win the Super Bowl. Hey, they've still got some key players, and they are right in the thick of things, and that could be a great game on Sunday. Colts at the Bengals. All sorts of playoff implications there. More passing yards. Gardner Minshew, the backup to Anthony Richardson, or Jake Browning, the guy who's come in for Joe Burrow. Over-unders are identical, 226.5. Which one's going to have more passing yards in that game?
That's a close one. The Bengals have maybe a little more talent on their offense. I feel like I have a little more faith, though, overall, just in the Colts defense. Right? The Bengals defense, man, the big plays, the way they're getting torn up. And then you got Shane Steichen and a run game and creative ways to throw the football. I'm going to go with Gardner Minshew. I'm going to pick I think he outduels Jake Browning in this one, at least as the statistical part of the game. I'm not sure who I'm going to pick to win that game yet.
I'm going to go with Browning just because he's got Jamar Chase and he's got T. Higgins and he's got Tyler Boyd, as long as Boyd doesn't throw the ball and just focuses on catching the ball.
Right.
I feel like the Bengals have figured out we can pivot and we can adjust and we can get a lot out of this offense even without Joe Burrow at quarterback. All right, Bucs at Falcons. And the Buccaneers, think of it this way. Saints beat the Panthers on Sunday, as they should. Bucs beat the Falcons as they could. You got a three-way tie at 6-7 atop the NFC South. So Mike Evans, who has now, 9 straight? Or is it 10 straight? It's 10 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons. He went over 1,000 this past Sunday. His over-under for yards in this game is 72.5. He's had 70 or more in 5 of his last 7 games, including 82 when they played the Falcons back in Week 7. Are you over or under 72.5 for Mike Evans?
It's easy over. I'm going over. I mean, one, A.J. Terrell, the top corner for the Falcons, is a little banged up. He's got a concussion. We'll see where that goes. The Falcons do play man-to-man. They'll give him some shots. The Bucs, they feature Mike Evans, and they're pretty aggressive with taking a few shots down the field to him every game. I'm amazed what Mike Evans is doing. I've always been amazed with Mike Evans. Really. 6'5", runs 4.3, right? I mean, he just is one of the best of the era as far as what we've seen at that position. He hasn't been on a whole lot of great teams, but we saw him do some damn good things the first year with Brady, winning the Super Bowl and all that. I'm going to go over in this one. They'll find a way to get Mike Evans the ball a few times in some big plays.
This is their chance to really rectify. And there's some weird stuff happening with the Bucs. Chris Godwin's wife calling out Todd Bowles, saying that he lied about Bowles not getting more than 3 targets last week because he was in and out of the lineup the whole game. He had 82% of the snaps. She called him out, said, "Why are you blatantly lying about my husband?" So there's some weirdness happening with the Bucs, but Mike Evans isn't part of it. I'll go over. Maybe the under for Chris Godwin, but the over for Mike Evans. All right. Don't forget, on DraftKings Sportsbook this season, new customers can bet $5 and pocket $150 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay every day. Download the app and use the promo code PFTLive when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.